So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. We are going to talk about Mason Greenwood's statement that dropped yesterday evening. Looking like he's on his way back. We're going to talk about Yuri and Timber out for the whole season. Yay! And two shambolic performances from our dead football clubs. But Northside, my brother, definitely. How are you, man?
¿Qué pasó? I'm good, man. I'm good. We're not the only ones on the AFTV naughty list, Lee. You're top of that list. I'm in second. And now Lee Judges and Stricto top of that naughty list. The AFTV naughty list is getting long, bro.
I don't even know what's happened, but yeah, go on, mate. Go on,
they've been calling out the club, innit? They've been calling out the performance against Nottingham Forest. Dowd, the deluded Arsenal fan Dowd as well, was saying the last 10 minutes of the Nottingham Forest game, he was a bit worried and he was a bit taken back and he'd rather Ramsdale not be in goal. The same Ramsdale they tell us, so why do you doubt Mikel Arteta? He got Ramsdale, right? You lot didn't want Ramsdale. Now the true feelings are coming out now that we've got Raya.
Facts. Saeed, man, you was at the game?
Yeah, man.
I bet you were bored out your box. Game. How are you, bro?
Dead game, mate. Absolutely boring. Poor performance, man. I can't lie to you. I put Wolves to go down, man, but I don't know if we made them look good or they're still going down. I don't know, but these Portuguese dons, I know you're from Portuguese, my guy, but these guys are quality, man. These are ballers, man. I'm telling you, this Nunes, there was a Nunes guy, there was a Gomez guy. I was like, yo, how many of these players are quality, man? But yeah, man, other than that, I'm all good, bro. I'm all good.
Yeah, man. Where should we start? Let's start with Arsenal. Let's start with Arsenal because that was the first game. Yeah. We'll come to United in a minute. Oh, by the way, Pedro Neto, my baller, by the way.
Yeah, baller.
Yeah, I'm glad he's back fit and ready to go, man. Arsenal should sign him. Anyway, Northside, bro. We've lost Timber for the season. I was trending on Twitter last night by all the mutants that can't keep my name out of their mouths because I dared to say that Mikel Arteta shouldn't have brought that player out in the second half, even though it was a different leg that he'd injured in the first half. And then because of the beauty of the internet, I can go and get my own clips. Yeah. So I went to my watch along and found the clip of me saying, do not bring him out in the second half, whilst it was half time. So listen, it's tragic what's happened to him. First game of the season, he's out now pretty much for the whole lot. But give me your breakdown of the game, man. The starting 11, the game, how it went, and obviously Timber's injury, bro. Smash the likes up, people. 600 in the end. Sub to the lads. The links are in the title.
I don't know why these Phillies da puta are worried. I thought Zinchenko was pivotal to the way Mikel Arteta wants to play football. And all the last season, when we're calling out Zinchenko, he's pivotal. So we don't need Timber because Zinchenko must start. So what is the problem? Zinchenko must start. We can't call him out. But with this club, it's always a new toy. And Tini, the player that they didn't rate, now they're saying, oh, let's hold on to him. It was actually shocking. And what was the most shocking is the amount of people talking absolute bucaria coming out and trying to justify Kai Havertz once again. When we first signed him, he was a good header of the ball. Then it was, oh, Kai Havertz, he had a good game. Nobody could explain why he had a good game. Oh, but look at his defensive stats. Did we pay 65 million for this field up to do defensive stats? I thought that's why we got Declan Rice. Yeah, it's always about trying to look at a pot. Why are we getting an attacking player and then we didn't score, he didn't assist, yeah? But look at his defensive stats and he won his duels, yeah? I thought that's what we got Declan Rice and Partey to do that. I thought that's what we got our defenders to do that. But it's always moving. It's the same thing. Arsenal fans, it's always the same thing. If you got a left back in Zinchenko, it's not about defending. Yeah, he's very good. He's a good passer of the ball. If you got an attacker, whether he's a midfielder or an attacker, his bread and butter is attacking or assisting. No. It doesn't matter, yeah? Because we want to change the rules. Remember, Dowd come out and said, listen, we should change the rules. Yeah, the team that's top of the league the longest should win the league. That's Arsenal, bro. That's the copium. Yeah, change the rules of football. It's amazing. But really and truly, bro, once again, why is it phase 4, every time we're hit on the counter-attack, we're exposed? We saw it last season against Man United. The first game we had against Man United, they absolutely exposed us on the counter-attack. Why is it that we're going into another season, first game, first 15 minutes, they exposed us on a counter-attack. As soon as they started putting, they put on Awani, all of a sudden, one ball, goal. And they could have scored more. Why is it that we look so fragile? Why is our defense so naive to play such a high line? And I think it was Ben White was the only one that was defending by himself. Why is it that we're that naive? Why is it this manager can't take it? Why is it squeaky bum time? Yeah, Havertz did absolutely nothing. I don't rate Jorginho. That filo that puta is done. El Jacabo. He's right. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Jorginho in Havertz's position that he was playing against Nottingham Forest would have done a better job. He would have done a better job. Havertz did absolutely nothing. He didn't assist anything in the first half. Second half, he did absolutely nothing. And then I heard, Havertz is good at dragging players out of position. No, he's not. To drag players out of position, Grealish at Man City drags players out of positions. He's a good dribbler and he's a good passer. Yeah, and he can actually cut a defense open. Yeah, and he draws people onto him, and he'll either draw you into a foul or he'll make defenders come out of position and try and track him down. I've never seen Havertz do that for Arsenal. And I know it's only the first game. I didn't see it in pre-season and I didn't see it against Nottingham Forest. But they will do anything to justify this player. Yeah, and it's the same thing that they did for other players like El Nene, Rob Holding. They always justify these players, yeah, until the next thing comes along. Why not just say that Havertz ain't good enough? Nketiah scores one goal and all of a sudden, yeah, people are apologizing to Eddie Nketiah. These people that do not learn, these payasos, and this is...
Hey, man, that's Henri, man. That's Henri you're talking about there. That's the next Henri, that.
Listen, it's a joke, bro. And they don't learn. When have we ever seen Nketiah be consistent? We've seen him score a brace against Chelsea, 10 games to go, not last season, season before, to get top 4. He wasn't even able to be consistent for the last 10 games of the season and score, yeah, to get us top 4. Last season, when was he consistent? He's a purple patch player. He has little patches, but ultimately he ain't good enough. But this is what it's about. And ultimately we see Odegaard, the real feelings are coming out. Odegaard has to do more. So why is it when we've called out Odegaard last season he did play well, but he went hiding in the big games, and we need a better player than Odegaard that will actually turn up in the crunch games. All of a sudden now, he's not doing enough. We've been saying this. In the big games, he doesn't turn up. So it is what it is, bro. Like, for me, I can't wait to cook because all the excuses are on my channel. So all I got to do is scroll down at the end of the season, and we must clip and we must cook.
Absolute facts, bro. That's the beauty of the internet. Yeah, that's the beauty of having your own channel. Yeah, you can say what you want, you can title it what you want, and you have a video catalogue of all their BS. I mean, last night, I don't know if you've seen this one. Again, that channel that calls themselves Superfans. This is hilarious, this one. I mean, this is reason 9,674 as to why we're going to win the league, lads. Where are we? There we go. Tactical insight. How Arteta tried to emulate 90s Barcelona with Cruyff's tactics.
I saw that.
No way.
I swear.
Arsenal playing like Barcelona now.
Apparently, we're playing like prime 90s Cruyff Barcelona, bro. What do you make of us, Saeed? You obviously probably watched the game, I take it.
You know what? I wasn't really kind of too impressed with Arsenal, if I'm being honest with you. I didn't really see anything that. Yes, you kind of playing this new wave of football, and you know what I mean? Obviously, the tacticals will probably explain it better, but you are keeping the ball a lot. And against Nottingham Forest, we sat back. It was a bit kind of slow in terms of the tempo, but you got the 2 goals. But the second half was a bit disappointing. I thought for me, second half, you kind of almost just gave in and just kind of said, you know what, this is enough. When in reality, you know, when it's about goal differences, man, you need to, especially against Nottingham Forest, even if it's the first game of the season, you need to get that goal difference up because Man City always round the corner. But I just looked at you guys. I looked at yourself and thought a bit toothless up front. You definitely need a new striker. I think for me that's clear. Whether you go bring one in is a different situation. And yeah, it just looked a bit like very, very flat. I don't know if it's first game of the season, but Nottingham Forest when they brought their Ilanga on and that Onyewani, I thought for me they looked like they were going to try and play on the counter attack. You look a bit vulnerable there. The Timber injury is not great for me because he had a very, very excellent game. And I did call it at halftime. I said that wasn't a wise move, man. You shouldn't bring him on. I said it on my watch on. I don't know why Arteta's bringing him on because I thought, you know what? That's one of them where you just got to be precautious. You know, you don't want to lose him again for the rest of the season. So bringing him on aggravated it a little bit. I know it was the other foot, but you're still aggravating the injury in that regard. But yeah, listen, Arsenal will get better, but I still think you looked a bit toothless up front, man. I don't know why you're not going for a striker, man, because Eddie Nketiah ain't going to be the one. And you don't know what's going to go on with Jesus, because I don't know if you've seen the knee injuries that's going on right now. Everyone's getting an ACL right now. I don't know what's in the air, but it's not good to see. And footballers now, I don't know if it's the way they're playing right now, if it's the sports science. I don't know what it is, but players are just getting ACLs or MCLs or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, man, it's not looking good, man. So I'm surprised Arsenal not going to market, because for me this season, yes, Man City are more vulnerable in the fact that they've lost Kevin De Bruyne and Mahrez, etc. But they've still got goals in their team, and that's what's going to be the difference again. So it's one of them, man. Yeah, Courtois. Yeah, there's a lot of
Maybe
people
win.
got ACL, but
Maybe the dog win
Hey.
can be versatile and play up front for us. Maybe.
Well, it'd probably be better than Eddie.
yeah, that dog, yeah.
But yeah, somebody in the chat said who else has had ACLs. I think Tyrone Mings got one, didn't he?
Tyrone Mings.
Yeah, Emi Buendia. Yeah, Courtois, Militao.
Yeah,
there's been loads.
Embolo. I think there's a player Embolo for Switzerland. He got one as well. There's everyone. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's just the volume of games, because there's been no break. Yeah, even when there is a break from the domestic games, it's international games or a Nations League or a Euros or a World Cup. It's just constant. And this summer's the same. There's a Euros this summer or the next summer at the end of the season. So it's just constant. And then not only that, I read something the other day, and it was saying about Unai Emery, when he was Arsenal manager, we had, I think, 3 players do an ACL. Yeah, and since he's been at Villa, he's had 2 already. Yeah, so it's like, but they were saying that it was because he puts them through so much running in training that eventually it takes its toll on the body. Yeah, maybe we're doing the same. Maybe we're doing the same at Arsenal, because we were one of the highest for running stats last season. Yeah, and pressing and stuff like that. So listen, Timber's only just got there. Maybe he's not used to doing that much running. Yeah, maybe the fact that he had that injury in the first half. Yeah, and he was maybe overcompensating by putting too much weight on the opposite side and then snapped it. I don't know. Either way, he shouldn't have come out in the second half, in my opinion, especially when you've got 2 players on the bench that can play in that position.
Facts. I was going to say, in Ajax, they don't play that pressing style. They like to keep the ball. This is the total football kind of style. Now I feel like football now in the Premier League, it's becoming more of an athlete's game now. So you're seeing more injuries. You're seeing more kind of like, I don't know, like I feel like the aggravated injuries are caused by a lot of stress on it. And now you're starting to see a lot of ACLs, a lot of situations where you kind of always kind of think, there's probably, I remember when I was growing up as a kid, like there was only like 2 or 3 in a season. Now you're getting 2 or 3 in a month. Like, and that shouldn't be really happening, to be honest with you. So yeah, man, I think for me, it's not good to see that, man. And that could have been prevented. Like, when people say, oh, you know what? It happens, it's football. But ultimately, though, you have to have preventive measures. And one of the preventive measures should have been at halftime, right, we're not going to bring Timber on. We're 2-0 up. We're not going to bring him on. That would have been for me as a coach. I would have been like, you know what? We need him.
But this is what I was saying. I said exactly the same. But all of these fans, my friend, but if he says he's okay and the medical staff say he's okay, then surely Mikel can just put him back out there. No, surely Mikel getting paid 8 million a year, bringing in a player for 30 million, that is going to be a main focal point of our team this season by the looks of it. Yeah, probably playing left back as well for all of it. Yeah, surely in your head as a manager, you go, right, first game of the season, we're 2-0 up at home. Kivior's on the bench, Tomiyasu's on the bench. They can both play there. Do you know what? Let's just save him. Yeah, wrap him up for the week. He might have still done the ACL. Might have just walked off the bus and snapped his ACL. Nobody knows. Yeah, the point is, you shouldn't have risked him.
On a football pitch.
Yeah, should have just said, look, we've got a long, hard season. It's day 1. Get him out of here. Yeah, and I'm not saying it's all on Arteta, because if the player's saying he's fit, he's saying he's fit. If the medical staff are saying he's fit. But you have to use a bit of nous here and there. And listen, this manager's got previous, mate. Yeah, let me read this out to the 1,000 people. Yeah, because you guys probably don't know about some of this stuff, but maybe you do. There's 1,000 in here. Sub to Northside, sub to Saeed. The links are in the title. Just click it. Takes you straight there, people. Right, so Mikel Arteta says he pushed Thomas Partey back on the pitch as he wanted him on the pitch doing whatever he could to stop Tottenham scoring a goal. Yeah, that was when he was injured. Right. The next one, Mikel Arteta explains why David Luiz wasn't taken off until half-time after a head injury. Next one, Mikel Arteta explains why he didn't substitute injured Gabriel Martinelli at half-time. Like, how much more evidence of this manager do we need that he plays players with injury?
Yeah. Listen, again, people will be looking at it and thinking, like you've got an agenda against Arteta, this and that. It's not. You want your players to be playing every single game, and that's all it is. And if the manager's not aiding that and he's bringing him on for the benefit of himself and the team first, I'm like, you've got to think about the whole season, not just one game. And that's where, for me, the kind of the problem is. I think if we look at Man United's game on the weekend on Monday. Sorry, Lisandro Martinez apparently had a knock in at half time. The manager didn't bring him on; he brought Lindelof on, and I'm like, you know what? Fair play, because I don't want to lose Lisandro Martinez for the whole season. Because if we do that, boy, is it a problem. So you know what? Now I think managers, I'll be happy with that, because I feel like then you thought about the team and you thought about the whole season rather than just one game and trying to win that one game, because
exactly,
it's not great, man. It's not at all.
No, listen, it's a long, hard season, man. And both of our teams are going to have about 60 games.
There you go.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you got to manage that properly, and it's day one of the season. You're 2-0 up at home. Just get him out of there. Yeah, he may have still got injured. Who knows? Yeah, but I said at half time, I said I don't want to see him come back out in the second half. I expect to see Tommy out on the pitch in the second half.
But you can learn from other managers, though. We've seen Klopp do it. You know what I mean? Do you remember that year that Liverpool had all those injuries? And it's because he didn't have a bench that was able to rotate. He's doing all that pressing and all that running, and eventually they burnt out. And year on, year out, they're coming second and not winning the league. But the starting lineup is getting burnt out. And then it all caught up to them. So the thing is, we can look at other clubs, and Mikel Arteta can look at other clubs that play expansive football, high pressing football, etc., that attack the opposition. And you can realize, but with Arsenal last season, as soon as we're out of all the cups, and I'm sure, Lee, you remember this, all of a sudden we're playing our best players week in, week out. That's going to catch up to us. And that's all because of this light bench that everybody said was okay, because in January had 10 out of 10 window.
Sorry to cut in there, brother. Right? Sorry to cut in there, yeah? Deep this, yeah? Because nobody is deep in this. We get rid of Granit Xhaka, we bring in Declan Rice. That's 1 for 1. Yeah? So we haven't actually boosted the squad, albeit I think Declan Rice is a better player, but people argue Granit Xhaka is a better player. So it's 1 for 1, yeah? So the squad depth has not got any bigger. We then bring in Urian Timber, he's now out for the season, so we can't count him. We now bring in David Raya, but we had a goalkeeper anyway as a backup. So again, it's 1 out, 1 in, because Turner's gone. We brought a keeper in, albeit he's a better keeper, right? So the only upgrade in our squad in terms of squad depth is Kai Havertz. And everyone's sitting there getting this hype about, oh, yes, well, I think we're going to get to the semi-finals of this competition. Oh, yes, bare minimum semi-finals of this one. Quarter-finals of the Champions League. Oh, and we're going to win the league. With what? 1 player extra from last season.
Yeah.
Am I missing something here?
No, you have to add. You have to add. You can't lose. You have to add. If you want to win a title, you've got to add to your squad, not decrease or kind of, like I said to you, you break it even. No, you can't. You have to add to your squad, man. Especially now, I feel like this is the best season for Arsenal to win the league. And probably United should be in there, but I don't think realistically we are. But they should be in there. Chelsea the same. This is the best time. They've lost De Bruyne. They've lost Mahrez. Why don't you seize the opportunity, buy a world-class striker, whoever's around, and building your squad? Because I feel like for me, this is probably the best chance for Arsenal to win the league. Honestly, guys, like, it's crazy to think that. And I know Man City will probably end up winning it. But if you want to attack this season, it is now. Like, generally, it is now, because Man City have lost De Bruyne now for 4 months, is it? Or something like that?
Yeah, 4 months.
It's not easy, man. So, end of the day, yeah, it's one of them where I'm like, Havertz, for me, it has to work with Havertz, by the way, from Arteta's point of view. Not from Arsenal fans, not from anyone else. It has to work from Arteta's point of view, because he has brought him. He said, you know what? I'm going to sacrifice everyone else and the other targets I think could have been better. And I want specifically Havertz. No Arsenal fans seen it coming, specifically Havertz. And he went out there, out of his way, and spent 65 million. So let's see the results this season. And that's where it's on Arteta. What he gets, I don't know. Maybe he's just that kind of guy that's just there to facilitate play and, drop in the pockets and do all of that stuff. Is it going to be good enough for Arsenal fans? Probably not. But, hey, listen, this is Arsenal. Apparently, you guys are playing the Barcelona way, you say, Lee. So
yeah, man, we're playing prime 90s Cruyff Barcelona. That was the Tactical Insight Show. That was the title of the Tactical Insight Show. How Mikel Arteta adopted Cruyff Barcelona tactics. Okay, we scraped past Nottingham Forest 2-1. Yeah, I'm quite sure if prime 90s Barcelona under Cruyff played Nottingham Forest, they'd wipe the floor with them. But there we go. But yeah, you're right about Havertz, man. It's got to work.
Yeah,
it has to work.
it's
But
got to work. It has to
bro,
work.
I agree as well. I think we need a striker. Yeah, because we know Man City are going to get Paqueta. We know they're going to probably go and get somebody else as well. Yeah, especially with De Bruyne out as well.
Doku,
exactly. Yeah, and they'll probably, maybe, possibly go and sign one more because now De Bruyne's out for 4 months. Bernardo Silva looks like he's staying. That's a massive plus for them. Yeah, I think he's about to sign a new contract this week. So that's a huge plus for them. But, mate, they're still head and shoulders above anyone. Yeah, but if Arsenal and Man United actually did what was required, I'd go with that. I'd say, yeah, I think we could win a title. But unfortunately, we don't. We're always the nearly teams. Yeah, and it's jarring, man. It's proper jarring. But listen, big up to 1,250 inside. Smash the like button through the roof. Let's talk about United, people. Let's talk about United. And make sure you sub to the guys as well. I want these channels flying up with all these people in it. So hit the like, hit the shares, hit the links in the title for their channels as well. But yeah, you was at the game. So I did a watch along for the game. Somebody in my chat, my watch along said, Saeed must be pissed. I said, no, he's probably standing in piss.
Yeah, funny guy. Hey, listen, man, I see some new paint at Old Trafford, man.
Bro, when I see the game, I actually said to you, because that was on the Thursday. I said, on the Monday, I said to you in the afternoon, 1-0 Wolves. Yeah, and you was like, nah, bro.
3-0, I would
say.
They
ripped you to shreds, man. If they could finish their dinner, that would have been embarrassing for you lot.
Bro, embarrassing. Cunha, I don't know if he's like the kind of the reformation of Jesus, because he does everything but score. So I was like, it's Jesus Cunha and Cunha is Jesus, because this brother cannot finish his dinner. But you know what, man? They play some good football, man. Gary O'Neill's only been there for a couple of days, probably less than a week here, and they played better football than Man United, Ten Hag's been a manager for a year and a bit. So listen, fair play to Wolves, man. They gave us a torrid time. We always do in from large parts of the season, that we capitalize on our moments, and we had one chance, probably the clear-cut chance that we had here in the whole game, and we scored from it. But it's not good enough, man. The football isn't great, if I'm being honest with you. Ten Hag needs to be playing better football. But it comes back down to the question of, you know what I mean? What does it mean to be a fan nowadays? Is it play good football and win a trophy? Is it a bit of everything? Because he has done it last season. He won the Carabao. And I did say from Man United's point of view that we are a cup team, and Man United will get far in cup competitions and win them, just because of the way Ten Hag style of play is conducive to the way knockout games are in terms of that transition, counter-attacking style. But it has to be better, Lee, man. It weren't good enough, man. And to be honest with you, that midfield stinks. I don't know what did you make of that midfield, but that midfield for me is giving me nightmares. Every night I'm thinking about it. Every night I'm getting a WhatsApp message of different stats and different things, and this and that, and I'm like, bro, like, it is wild, man. Just imagine you've got Casemiro just chasing shadows all game. That's what
did you see that graphic? There was a graphic of the average position when you had the ball or something. Yeah, and literally, if they got the ball back, it was Casemiro with 5 players around him ready to break on him. Yeah, but I said this to you. I said this to Rance. I said, you're in for a long season, mate, because he's going to be a one-man midfield. And there was also a clip doing the rounds on TikTok. Somebody sent me it, and it was Garnacho, Rashford, and Bruno all literally right next to each other, running on one side of the pitch. They were literally all touching shoulders. I was just like,
I can't believe it, man.
He was shocking as well, that Garnacho. Yeah, that's one of the worst performances I think I've seen. Yeah.
He got caught. When honestly, there was one moment where he tried to take someone on here. And Semedo, by the way, for me, I don't care what anybody says here. This guy's garbage. He gets beat every single time, But this one time, he was an absolute world-class right back. For me, I thought Garnacho would be ready against Wolves because of how they've gone this summer and the fact that it's the first game of the season. I thought he'd be ready, but I tell you what, man, he had a stinker, mate. He didn't get past the player defender once. He just got that stage fright. And I think sometimes, the manager now has to just realize, what? He isn't probably ready to start games. Impact, it's a different story, innit? Less pressure. You go out there, expression, you know what I mean? You just kind of do what you want to do. But yeah, it was bad, man. Rashford up front. Listen, I don't want to see that again, man, even though we probably will do to the Arsenal game. But that guy, mate, honestly, he was out in Deansgate Locks last night, the night before in town, just having a bit of a good time, because he was all over the place, man. So, Yeah, man. Listen, problems, man. Problems. Our team, if we don't buy midfielders in the next couple of days, bro, I'm worried. I'm genuinely worried. If we don't get some midfielders
I see a tweet doing the round saying that I don't know what journalist it was that put it out there, saying that Man United need to sell 2 midfielders before they can buy. Why?
Yeah,
you pay nearly £2 million off the wage bill every week.
Exactly.
That makes no sense to me.
I don't really buy into it. I really don't, because at the end of the day, yeah, these football clubs, if they want to spend their money, they'll spend their money, man. Regardless of the debt we're in and etc. etc. They've done it before. We're still on debt. I don't know how much we're on debt right now, but we're still on debt, and they still will buy players because that's what the football club does. So this notion that Man United can't go and spend and they have to sell, for me, I don't really believe it, if I'm being honest with you. But the situation is the situation. We have to wait. Amrabat now in Liverpool gonna try and take him, even though they've gone for some random 30-year-old. I don't know if you guys seen it, but some random Japanese guy that I've never heard about. But it is what it is. But we need midfielders, man, because I'm not looking to see that midfield for the whole season. I really am not. I might get grey hair, man. And I don't think I've got one blade of grey hair, but I might get grey hair by the end of the season.
You might end up bald like me, mate. Why do you think my hairline goes further and further back every season? I was watching Arsenal. What did you make of the goalkeeper at the end? Because for me, that's a nailed-on pen, man.
Penalty, mate. Listen, I was right there. You know when you can see it in live action? And I was sat next to Leslie. I was like, oh my God, that's a penalty. She went, no, it's not a penalty. What are you talking about? And I said, no, Leslie, it is a penalty. It is. He's knocked him out. And you know what it is as well, yeah? People assume because the ball's gone away from the play, it doesn't mean it is still a penalty because you've been reckless. It's like when a foul comes in. When they say now a foul on the pitch, yeah, you've won the ball, but you have the follow-through. That's why it's deemed a foul, because the follow-through is still reckless. It's the same way with the keeper. The follow-through was very, very reckless.
Did you see the Tottenham-Brentford game? The Tottenham-Brentford game right at the end?
Yeah, exactly.
That was a penalty. Yeah, because he wiped him out. He chipped the ball over the bar and he's missed the shot, but the keeper just wiped him, man. That's a pen as well.
There you go. So I feel like for me, it was a penalty, but again, we got away with it. But to be fair, he deserved that look because he kept us in it. He kept us in it, mate. He had an absolute boss game, man. Onana, like I said to you, a lot of people said he will make mistakes and whatnot, but he made some very, very good saves, and he kept us in it. Familiar story, because David De Gea was doing that last season, but his kicking wasn't the greatest, and he was doing a lot of errors. So hopefully, Onana keeps them errors out, and then obviously we'll hopefully win more games. But that ain't good enough, man. I think for me, that midfield, man, Mason Mount, bro, I don't know if you see his brother coming out. You know,
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, man. Mate, listen, man. Honestly, for me, yeah, if you're looking at TalkSport as a measure for what do you call it, criticism or whatnot, like these guys, that's what they do. Like, if you don't know who TalkSport are about, then I don't know what you're doing here. And for me, you're putting more pressure on Mason Mount for me. Just let him do his business. It's one game. Listen, it's not the end of the beat. I don't rate him, but I'm not going to kind of slag him off after one game. I'm going to criticize him, but I won't slag him off. But at the same time, you're putting more pressure into the situation. Just let him do football. Like, why does it have to be like Maguire's brother did the same? Harry Kane's brother does the same. Like, leave these players be. Let them do
it's always the English players.
Well, there you go then, innit? So I just, yeah, man, it's all about PR, innit, man? It's all about PR for these lot, man, and just kind of understanding that, yo, man, protect these players, man. I'm like, listen, man, TalkSport you're dealing with. It's not any old kind of like athletic. If it's athletic, then fair enough.
TalkSport put out his stats, yeah, which were his stats for the game, right?
Exactly.
But he should not even be getting involved, yeah? And if it was the other way round, let's say Mason Mount had a hat-trick on his debut, right? I think TalkSport still would have posted his stats out and said, what a great hat trick. He's doing the number 7 shirt justice.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So, and they'd all be lapping that one up. Yeah. But as soon as it's, and the word that wound me up with that, with Greenwood, with Mount's brother, was he said that, abuse. How is posting factual information now seen as abuse? Because it was facts. 0 shots, 0 chances created, 0 crosses, 0 tackles, 0 ball recoveries. How is that seen as abuse? We all know TalkSport take the piss, and we all know that they've got a load of muppets that work on there, like different ex-players and stuff like that, and they come out with mad, crazy takes, yeah? But for me, that wasn't anything that they wouldn't normally do. Like, if that was him getting a hat-trick, they'd post out how great that hat-trick was and what a debut for Mason Mount. His brother's too much in his feelings.
Yeah,
why did
Mason Mount? Why is Mason Mount not telling? Mason Mount for me should be telling his brother, listen, you just keep my situation out of your mouth, innit? Like, don't defend me.
Keep my
Leave
name
me
out of
alone.
your mouth.
Yeah, keep my name out of your mouth, man. That's because end of the day, I wouldn't want that for me when I've just started the football club. Like, why put that sort of
Nope.
pressure on me? It has happened. I will now move on it. I'll use that as motivation. I will use that as motivation. Say, right, you know what? Tottenham game, I'm gonna perform now. I'm gonna perform and I'm gonna show what I'm capable of. You know what I mean? But don't just try and, you know what I mean, like feel sorry for yourself and all that. Like, what is the point of being a fan now if you can't criticize but also praise at the same time? You can't have it one way.
Well,
Can't
that's
be
the
all
thing.
praise.
But criticism now, Saeed, is seen as abuse. Yeah. You're not
Oh
allowed to
my
criticize. You're not allowed to say this player played shit. Yeah. If you say that, that's abuse. But we all know you go to games, bro. Yeah. We've all been to games. We
Mate.
know, especially on away days. Oh my days. Them players
Yep.
get ripped on away days, bro. Like,
Yep, I've been there.
Home games
been
is
there,
slightly
mate.
different because there's a lot more fans there, and some fans might be on their first game. They just want to, no matter what, I'm at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the away days, that's the hardcore that go everywhere. Yeah.
Yep.
And there's a select 4,000 that go every single away day. Bro, I remember being up at Anfield when we got absolutely spanked. Yeah. And I think it was Lacazette's first game. Yeah. And we were driving all the way up to Liverpool. Lacazette had just signed for Arsenal. And we're like, right, we got Lacazette. We got half a chance, surely. Like, we're thinking of ways we could beat Liverpool. And then we get to Anfield and he's on the bench. Yeah. With Kolasinac. Yeah, we just signed both of them. We were 4-0 down and we're just singing, we're fucking shit. We're non-stop for 25 minutes. Yeah. Is that abuse? Is that abuse?
Well,
because in this era, that's seen as abuse now. And that was only 6 years ago, 7 years ago, whatever it was. That's now seen as abuse. You're not allowed to say that.
But I think for me, though, like even now when you like say now, I didn't want Mason Mount at the football club. It's like, no, why are you criticizing the manager? Are you speaking against the manager? No, I'm just giving my opinion that I didn't want Mason Mount at the start and I wanted Madison, etc., etc. But I think now we're living in a situation now where if you go against the grain and you say something that's different, it's then seen as negative. It's then seen as toxic, if you call it. And I feel like ultimately, I'm just here to give my own opinion. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. So, you know what I mean? I just don't follow the crowd. I say what I say and I do me. So everybody else, if they want to follow what the common, like popular opinion is, then go do that. But I tell you what, all you're going to be doing is fishing for likes. And that's what most of them are doing. They're fishing for likes.
100%. Bro, Northside said right at the beginning about Ramsdale, yeah, and the true feelings are coming out about Ramsdale. Now we signed Raya. Yeah, well, hello. We have been saying this all season, last season. We have been saying it the season before. He's a bit sus. He ain't the great keeper everyone's saying he is. He's a decent keeper. He's probably exceeded our expectations in terms of performance level because we all thought he was crap. Yeah, but the true feelings come out now when you get a player in, yeah, of the previous player. Or if it's a player that you've slagged off because he was at Chelsea, for example, but now he's playing for your club. Yeah, it's like, well, I either got to carry on slagging him off or I just get behind him and just back him because now he plays, just back him. He was misunderstood at Chelsea. That's all we keep hearing about Havertz. And this is the thing. Half of them don't believe what they're saying. And you're right. They're just fishing for likes, bro. Yeah, and it's embarrassing because at the end of the day, football clubs are supposed to be there to win trophies, yeah? That's how I see it. The journalists are supposed to be there to be the link between the fans and the club. But unfortunately, the way everything's gone now, they're on the payroll. These journalists,
they're on the
payroll. They're there to serve and facilitate the football club, yeah, to the detriment of the fans, and then push out all the PR, all the great PR. Oh, Man United are great. Everyone's crap. Yeah. Oh, Mason Mount. This. I see a thread on Twitter yesterday, and it was about Mason Mount's PR agency. Yeah, and he had the same.
Apparently, Lewis told me about that. Lewis told me all about that. Like he has a.
Do you know how many things he's done recently? He's done magazine shoots. He's done an Audi advert. He's done this. He's done And do you know what's crazy? Do you know what's crazy? The agency that he's with, what's his name? Who kicked the cat? Kurt Zuma. That's his agency as well. Yeah, Grealish's agency. Sorry. Yeah. How quick did that Kurt Zuma thing go away? Yeah, because the woman who runs that agency, she was Beckham's agency when he kicked Simeone and got sent off. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was, and then he switched to somebody else. But this is the funny thing, right? The maddest thing about the whole lot of that is that they were tagging, this agency were tagging Neil Ashton and some of the other journalists in some of the posts, yeah? And the guys put all of this on a thread. And then you see the stories come out, about this and that player, and this player's got great, and why this player's so good. And guess who's the PR guy at Man United? Neil Ashton. Yeah? That is why Mason Mount got number 7, bro, because of his image. Yeah, it's all about the image. He could be the next Beckham, like with the image and stuff like. And bro, let's be real. Yeah, the way they're trying to boost that guy up is trying to mold him into, oh my God, he's number 7. He's Mason Mount, pretty boy. Oh, he's a decent player on his day. And now they're trying to mold it so much and get him out on the Aldi adverts and this advert and GQ magazine, all this crap.
PR,
So now what happens is people subconsciously won't have a go at him now because it's in their head. Oh, but he promotes Aldi or he promotes this. Oh, I remember I see him on that. Yeah. And he did score in that game. Oh, I'll let him off this time. And it's all subconscious brainwashing, man. Trust me. Yeah. That guy is not a very good footballer. He's not a very good footballer. I think he has been misused at Chelsea.
We've got to think that, Lee. We've got to think that we paid 60 million. So I've got to think that right now. But in reality, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. He does a lot off the ball, but on the ball, I just don't see it in him, man. I really don't. I'm gonna give it time, and I'll give it the benefit of doubt that Chelsea was just a toxic place for him, and he couldn't do it at Chelsea. And maybe Man United he starts performing, but I'll tell you what, man. Like for me, it's either one of Bruno or Mount, like in that position, because boy, them two there. Oh my days, like there. You know what it was? I felt like for me, a lot of the time, Mason Mount didn't want to get in Bruno's way, and he was just almost being a bit like too shy.
Yeah, they both want to be the glory hunter, man. They both want to be the one with the worldy strike. Do you know what I mean? Or the worldy pass.
And the Xhaka boom!
The Xhaka boom, baby.
Xhaka boom, yeah, exactly, man. So I feel like I think Bruno Fernandes will get a bit frustrated because he'll feel like, you know what, I'm not getting doing what I need to do in terms of like he wants a limelight. He's normally the final transition player, whereas now Mason Mount is almost playing like a striker. So yeah, man, we gotta make that work unless we go and get another midfielder or two because boy, it ain't easy. You know, it ain't easy, man.
Northside, let me come through. Listen, there's 1,700 people in here, man. Decent figures for this time of the day, so appreciate it, man. Make sure you smash the likes up. We've got nowhere near enough likes on this stream. We're not even on 350.
Smash it.
Not even on 350. So make sure you are smashing the likes up. Follow Northside's channel, link in the title. Follow Saeed's channel, link in the title. I want to see their figures going up. Listen, 1,700 people is a decent figure for this time of the day. Before we do wrap this up, Northside, let me come to you first, yeah? We see a statement from Man United yesterday. I want to read this out. If I can find it. One sec. While we're doing that. There we go. Is that it? Fucking Man United's website is drama, man. It's hard work.
It's always drama, man. It's always drama.
It is hard work, man. Why can't I find it? Is it not on their website?
It's on their website. It should be right there. Let me find it for you.
Yeah, if you can find it, then we share the screen, yeah?
Yeah. One second.
Oh, here we go. I found it. Jesus Christ, that's hard work. I found it. Right.
Yeah, it's hard work, man. They got so many things on there.
Right, following the drop-in of all charges against Mason Greenwood in February 23, Man United has conducted a thorough investigation into the allegations made against him. This has drawn on extensive evidence and context not in the public domain, and we have heard from numerous people with direct involvement or knowledge of the case. Throughout the process, the welfare and perspective of the alleged victim has been central to the club's inquiries, and we respect their right to lifelong anonymity. We also have responsibilities to Mason as an employee, as a young person who has been at the club since the age of 7, and as a father and a partner. The fact-finding stage of our investigation is now complete, and we're in the final stages of making a decision on Mason's future. Contrary to media speculation, that decision has not been made and is currently subject of intense internal deliberation. Responsibility ultimately rests with the chief executive officer. Once made, the decision will be communicated and explained to the club's internal and external stakeholders. It's been a difficult case for everyone associated with Man United, and we understand the strong opinions it has provoked based on the partial evidence in the public domain. We ask for patience as we work through the final stages of this carefully considered process. Northside, bro, what do you make of this? And do you think he should be coming back? Whilst you're talking, I'm going to toilet quickly.
Yeah, man.
Bro, the PR team at Man United, they should work for Donald Trump, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get him back in office.
Overdrive, man.
You know what I'm saying? These Phillies that can get Donald Trump back, bro. I'm telling you, these guys should work for Trump, bro. Like, what is all of this about? If they've got certain evidence that nobody else has seen or certain details, why not just relay it to the public? And because obviously they're monitoring what Man United fans think, right? And I don't know, I'm not a United fan. They're probably monitoring what is the percentage that will be happy with Greenwood coming back, and what's the percentage that won't. But these Phillies that puta, they want to save face the same way they save face when it goes to transfers. Yeah, when it's, oh, we're not really in for that player. We're talking to numerous players and we weren't really in for that player and we didn't want to pay the asking price of that player and save face. Oh, we dropped out the deal when in reality another team probably got him off you. It's the same way they're trying to save face with the Greenwood thing. They're trying to see if there's a general consensus around your fan base that everybody's going to be happy with Greenwood coming back. That's all it's about. And in reality, all they need to do is put all the evidence out there, but they're scared because it can either sway as they put the evidence out there and people like Saeed and others go, all right, fair enough, I'll have him back. Or everybody will be like, no, you know what? With everything that's come out, I don't want him back. And for me, it swings more into if they actually are open about everything that's gone on in this case and the things that are not open to the public, it's more going to sway onto the side of, no, we don't want Greenwood representing this club. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it looks like, bro. It's the same way, bro. Like I said last time, like when my mum was trying to protect my dad, that my dad was going to come for every Christmas, and he weren't, innit? But she didn't want to tell me because it'll break my heart when I was 7, innit? He weren't going to make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Winter was coming. When it was Christmas, winter was coming. But she's like, nah, he's coming. Every year he weren't coming. Y'all feel that puta would not turn up, but she's like, nah, you know, with technical thing, flights have been cancelled. It's a bit frosty this year.
Yeah.
I'm looking outside. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they clearly know some information they know it's gonna backfire on them wanting Greenwood back. It's clear that they wanted Greenwood back. Otherwise, they would just say, listen, we've made a decision as Man United Football Club. He ain't coming back. There's no more conversation here. Do you know what I mean? What do you think? That's what I think as an outsider. I'm not.
You know what? I've kind of given my opinion in that aspect that I wouldn't want to bring him back anyway. I think there's more bad that comes than good. If I'm being really honest with you, people can be forgiven in life, innit? But my thing is not at my football club. And again, I'm speaking for myself, innit? Like, if anyone's got a different opinion, that's on them, innit? Like, footballer reasons, of course. You would want Greenwood at your football club in terms of the fact that he's a special footballer, he's a talented footballer. You know what I mean? He's someone that I think, for me, the best we've seen in the academy for a long time. And I'm talking Rashford. We've seen a lot in the academy. And I'm talking from my kind of era. Obviously, you've got the 92 and whatnot, and etc. But for me, this is a whole load of PR, man. Greenwood is coming back, whether people like it or not, and whether I like it or not. He is coming back, man. For me, that statement was almost like an indication, even though they waffled for half of it, is that they're leaning towards bringing him back rather than not bringing him back. So, yeah, I think it's going to happen, man. The manager wants him back apparently as well. That came from The Athletic, that him and Myrtle are trying to bring him back. Because at the end of the day, yeah, I think the manager as well, I don't know if you guys noticed, but he had a situation at Ajax as well with Overmars. There was a situation where
Overmars was sending some dodgy text messages or something.
Yeah, so again, and also
he's coming back as well, isn't it? Overmars is coming back.
There you go. And the manager hasn't been directly involved in the situation. He doesn't know the English legal system. He doesn't know the ins and outs. He's probably getting told, listen, there's not been there's been a trial, but there's not been a resolution found in that it's either guilty or not guilty. So he's thinking, okay, then can he play football? Is he fit? So he's thinking from that aspect. So listen, man, whether I think he should come back or not is probably irrelevant because at the end of the day, we all have opinions and whatnot. But from my point of view, I wouldn't want to bring him back. I just think the abuse after, the situation after that brings with it. Listen, I was on the weekend, Wolves. They were singing, Wolves on a bender. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were singing that. And they were singing that last season. So at the end of the day, like...
it's going to be every week, man. It's going to be every single week.
Every single week. And the players around it, like for me, the players at Man United Football Club I don't know who's going to want to associate with him. I don't know who's. Is there going to be a division in the camp? So there's so many stipulations regarding Mason Greenwood. It's not as straightforward as bring my baller back. Listen, by all means, but the situation around it that comes with it, I just think for me, it's not benefit for me. Man United not going to win 1,000 trophies with Mason Greenwood, regardless. We're going to have to win. We're going to have to bring more than that. So let's just focus on that and do it that way. But again, my opinion is relevant because he, for me, is going to come back. By that statement, He's definitely coming back.
The way they
I
mentioned
could
that
just
he's
see it
been in
already.
since he was 7 years old and
Exactly.
he's got
That
family
was the
to
bit, man.
feed and stuff like
Exactly.
that.
That was the bit that got me when I was like, oh, so now you're doing that emotional language. Because I'm a teacher, you see. I used to be a teacher. And when you use that emotional language, that's when you know, yeah, you're bringing him back now. And
That's
you've
what it is.
used
It's
that to bring
emotions. And that's how these football
Yeah.
clubs have gone, especially our two clubs. Play on the emotional side. Oh, wow. Yes, I can see. Oh, he's got fam. Oh, the poor guy. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at him. Oh.
It's either that or it's look at Arteta in the GQ magazine. Strike a pose.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Hey,
that
don't
is so
forget, say
cringy,
hi
man.
to Declan.
Yeah, Declan, man. By the
Hey,
way,
don't
Declan,
forget,
by the
you've
way,
got to
you
say
see
hi
that
to
interview?
him.
Bring it when you announce him
That
back. Bring him
interview
with a
real.
puppy. Bring him with a puppy. You know what I mean? That'll be all right. We had Saka and a puppy. You know what I mean? We got
when
Win.
you bring him back, just get a nice little dog, you know, and win all the fans over. Half your fan base fancy him anyway, so they'll be fine. Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? Like, just
But
get
he's
a
been
little
protected
puppy,
in
get
the
him to
past,
stand
though,
there with a little
Greenwood.
puppy doing a pose with the new shirt. Yeah.
Or get Cecil down there. We'll gift you Cecil so he can be twerking outside flipping your flipping stadium. Saying that he's back. You know what I mean? Doing popping his booty like this is flipping Ace of Spades in America. Dude, you can have Cecil. Bro. I'm sick and tired of it. He's good, bro. Trust me, he's good, bro. You know what I mean? He'll be back.
By the way,
man.
just get Chipmunk
He's
up there, bro.
bringing you-
Just do a little rap with Chipmunk or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure, you know,
Wow.
get little baby in
Not
there. You
coming
know,
out, by the way.
Rashford and Sancho got the plug with little baby. Do you know what I'm saying? Get him over.
Your baby, man. Sancho's back, man. You know what I mean? That's what he's saying, man. But yeah, listen, I don't believe any of that, man. That's all a bit of, online stuff, man. You get me? But you know what? PR strong, man. Like, you know what? Now, if I'm a, I don't know. People when they say you get rich and that, do you need PR? But why don't you just be yourself, man? You don't need PR, man. You know what I mean, man? Just be yourself.
No, but this is the thing, yeah. This is the thing. These people that go down this PR route, right? So I had this conversation with a friend of mine last night, and I said, "Why do these footballers have social media? To boost their own ego,
Yeah, facts.
to boost their ego. How many times? Why does Rashford do that every time he scores? Because now he can go and post it to 7 million or 20 million or 30 million people on his socials." Yeah, and it gets traction, and now his agent, can now get him deals off of the back of that because now he's getting loads of traction on socials, and he can now go and promote, I don't know, a tracksuit or something, or he can go and promote, Jay Lings, exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and this is why they have it. But then when they start getting abused on it, oh, my mental health, oh, it's this. Nobody asked you to have social media. Nobody on this planet has to have social media. You choose to have it. So you can't have the good times and then not want the bad times. It's the same with the football.
100.
You're working in a public space. Yeah. You're being watched around the world by millions of people every single week. How dare you think that you can live in a bubble where you can't be criticized? Yeah. If you're the prime minister or the president, or I don't know, a McDonald's worker, Burger King worker, you're working in a public space. Same with footballers and rugby players and tennis players. You're working in public. You're serving the public entertainment, or in certain things, food. Yeah. If it's not good enough, you're getting told. And if you can't deal with that, take yourself away from that scenario. Yeah.
Take it away, yeah.
You can't deal with the criticism of being a professional footballer. Go and get another career, mate.
If it's toxic, do any fans sit there and when clubs deem you not good enough as a manager and you get sacked, do they call them toxic? When managers like Pep, when Pep goes in the changing room, nobody talk. They're only screaming at everyone. No one says, "Oh, no, Pep, no."
The boy going, "Let me talk.
But you know what, though, lads? Yeah, it's only in England, though. I think in England, we've got this kind of feeling that, you know what, it's all got to be nicey. When you go abroad and you go to other clubs like PSG and, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, my mate Parisian Londoner, he was calling out these fans who were saying Neymar should stay, and he goes, guess what he said? Go and join them then, innit? Go and join Neymar wherever he goes. And listen, that's what they do. They're very, very direct in that aspect. You know, there's not kind of like no hiding away.
Do you remember when Kolasinac and Mustafi went to Schalke and the fans were chasing them off the team bus and they were legging it down the road? Do you remember?
Yeah, there you go.
That's the quickest I've seen Mustafi move. They were literally getting chased by about 50 ultras, man. I've never seen them move so quick. Like,
Bro,
it's the same
this
in
is what it
Spain,
is,
bro.
man.
In Spain, this lot are ruthless out here. And you're Portuguese, bro. They're even worse. Like,
Not having it, bro.
they stormed training grounds and beat the players up and shit.
They stormed
man.
down. They ain't brushed their teeth. They got coffee breath and cigarette breath. You know what I mean? The hair's all scrappy. They don't care. Do you know what I mean? It's only in England. In Portugal, it's universally accepted, bro. Even when they got the Sky Sports, when they're outside the stadiums and fans go past, they only give them 5 seconds. It was shit, and then they just keep walking. And they literally, everyone that goes past, it was crap. Get the manager out. Everyone. Nobody's saying, "Oh, give him 5 years, trust the." None of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's only really in this country.
But that's because the media in them countries don't finesse the fans. The media in Spain, they stick it on the managers, mate.
But even the pundits go back at it. The pundits go so bad. Yeah, the Portuguese pundits. Have you seen the Liga MX in Mexico? One time I've seen a manager who was doing a press conference. He flipped the table in the press conference. He's like, "No, fuck this film stuff, puta," and he just flipped the whole thing, and he just went off. And they were grabbing him back, and it was hilarious, bro. It was like WWE.
Bro, it don't surprise me, man. It don't surprise me, bro. Like,
but that's the thing. That's because they're not looking to finesse their fans. Yeah, they're looking to actually try and achieve. And the fans hold the standards of the club. If the club standards are slowly dropping, the fans will tell you in these countries. Yeah, look at Real Madrid. Yeah, they lost to FC Sheriff a couple of years ago. Yeah, right. They just set the record for the most goals scored after 10 league games. Yeah, Ancelotti's first season back there. Right, they were top of their Champions League group and they lost to Sheriff 2-1. Mate, the handkerchiefs were out. They were throwing coins. They were booing. They wanted the manager gone. They wanted the players gone. Yeah, and then they went and won the Champions League. So it's almost like it works. Like having a go at these players. Ronaldo said, "Yeah, I like being booed." Ronaldo openly said, "I like being booed." They have Sergio Ramos has said it. Marcelo said it.
Said it.
But if you boo a player in England, no, it's toxic. I'll get over yourselves, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think you know what it is. A lot of it comes down to Twitter as well, man. I think Twitter, if Twitter was erased and there was no social media presence in terms of Twitter, because you know what it is, it's your kind of expression of what you're thinking about, rather than if you're being in a situation or you're just kind of watching a football and you have your kind of conversations on WhatsApp. Because WhatsApp, yeah, if you talk on WhatsApp, a lot of people that are on Twitter, they talk on WhatsApp. It's a different energy. But all of a sudden on Twitter, you kind of put it out there. Oh, how much positive can I be, or how much can I get likes? But on the WhatsApp groups, everyone's kicking off. So it's Twitter's giving that perception that, you know what, it's kind of made it look, it's kind of magnified everything when it doesn't need to be. So it's just, for me, it's mad, man. That platform always baffles me, bro. That's why I just have a laugh now.
Hey, I'm coming back on there, bro. I'm coming back on there, my friend.
Wait. Get on there, man.
I was trending yesterday because I dared to mention the manager shouldn't have brought the player out in the second half that's now out for the season. So I was trending. I'm going to set an account up next week. And the comeback season is upon us. And now I know you can get paid on there.
United Trade. Because United Trade, they keep finding the United Trade, they keep banning it. So make sure they don't find it your IP or something or whatever. And they don't let you back on.
Don't worry about that, bro. It's fine. I think he's coming back as well. Who is it? There's a massive YouTuber. Can't remember his name. A massive YouTuber I see got in contact with someone at Twitter, and Trey's coming back apparently.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, massive YouTuber. He's got like hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter and maybe millions. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Yeah, but he said he got in contact with someone at Twitter and he's got him coming back. So yeah, it's funny, man. But yeah, I'm going to be back on there now. I know I can get paid off of these mutants, mate. I'm just going to sit there, drop my tweets, not reply to a single person, close the app, and that's that until I want to tweet again. Yeah, that's how I do it. Well, I don't even run my TikTok. In fact, I might get someone to run the Twitter as well. But listen, we are going to wrap this up, people. Yeah, Keemstar, that's it. Keemstar got in touch with someone.
This one. Yeah.
He got in touch with someone.
He's very controversial, man. He's very controversial. This guy's always tweeting madnesses, man.
Yeah, he got into contact with someone at Twitter, and Trey's coming back.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Listen, I've been suspended since October last year for calling someone.
It feels longer. It feels longer though. It does feel than that.
But you know what? I haven't missed it. But I get sent tweets every day. Oh, look, you're trending again. It's like,
now you can make money.
Now I'm getting paid off of it. I'm back. Yeah, that's cool. You all want to cry, and do you know what the funny thing about it is? All of these people that are nice, kind people and worry about people's mental health, all these virtue signaling mutants. Yeah, we're gonna see how much they care about my mental health when I come back on there, innit? Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Because they care about mental health until it's Lee Gunner. So yeah, it's cool. It's all good. But listen, we are going to wrap this up. I'm 7 minutes late for Goonies show. 1560 in the building. Batter the like button, people. Come on, how many likes we got?
Smash it.
We are on 500 exactly. I did miss a comment. Where is it? Aidan Green. Thank you, man. 31-month membership. All right, Lee and the panel. How are you? We're all good, my friend. How are you? Thank you, buddy.
Man, I'm
Appreciate
good.
the love.
We're all blessed.
There's still 1530 in it. Let's get another 100 likes real quick. As soon as I end this, it will send you straight to Goonies stream. And I'm going to be straight on there. So listen, Northside, bro. Always pleasure, man. What you got coming up?
Love. Arteta's press conference. He's come out justifying buying a new keeper. He said he wants 2 quality players in every position. Well, that blows the whole. We can't get players for Saka's position because that will stop his progress. It will stop Jesus's progress and more. So yeah, I should be cooking real soon. But yeah, just reaction videos and what's been going on in the fan base. But yeah, love for having me. Love for getting me on, bro. Love.
No, always, man. Listen, Northside's links in the title. Saeed, man, always a pleasure talking to football.
Always, man. Big up the chat, man.
Links in the
Funny
title
chat,
as
man.
well. What you got coming up, man?
Yeah, man. I'm live at 6 p.m. people, man. Join me, Premier League debate show. And yeah, man, big up the chat, man. The chat's always funny, man. But love for having me on Northside. Pleasure as always, bro.
Love, man.
Yeah, can't big up everyone in the chat. 1400 still there. Back the likes. It's going to redirect you straight to Goonies stream. And they've been rejected by Elise today. He signed a 4-year deal.
I know that's going to be fun.
They can't win them all, I suppose. They can't win them all.
Yeah, they can't win them all, exactly.
But yeah, we're out of here, people. I'll have a video out on the second channel later today as well. But for now, we're out of here. Adios, amigos.
Big up.
Love.